Admiral Voss of the Galactic Imperial Fleet sneered at the images on his view screen. Earth's latest attempt at a warship looked pathetic compared to the gleaming behemoths of the Imperial Armada. They call it the Phoenix, his intelligence officer Lieutenant Reed reported, supposedly their most advanced prototype yet. Advanced? Voss laughed. Looks like it was cobbled together from spare parts. The humans still don't understand proper ship design. The Phoenix did indeed look unconventional. Unlike the sleek, uniform vessels of the Empire's fleet, Earth's ship had an asymmetrical design with odd protrusions and seemingly random armor placement. Its hull was a patchwork of different materials, giving it a scrapyard appearance next to the pristine Imperial vessels. "Should we be concerned, sir?" Reed asked. "Hardly," Voss said. "Earth has been designing prototype ships for decades. None have proven any threat. They're primitive, struggling to achieve what we mastered centuries ago. The Empire had dominated the galaxy for over 500 years. Earth, a relatively new addition to galactic society, had been under Imperial rule for just 50 years, and their resistance had been crushed early on. Still, humans maintained a small defense force, mostly as a token gesture permitted by Imperial decree. Their engineers waste resources on these ridiculous experiments," Voss continued. "Let them play with their toys while they continue to pay tribute." Meanwhile, on the Phoenix, Captain James Russell inspected his crew at their stations. The bridge of the vessel was cramped compared to Imperial standards, with exposed wiring and manual override systems everywhere. "Systems check," Russell ordered. "All systems operational, Captain," replied his first officer, Lisa Torres, though engineering reports the usual fluctuations in the core. Russell nodded. Those fluctuations were expected, even necessary. "The Imperial Observation Fleet has maintained position," reported Marcus Bell from Tactical. 5 cruisers, standard formation. "They're watching the test," Russell said. "Good. Let's give them a show." The Phoenix had been in development for 15 years, built in secret mountain facilities and assembled in orbit under the guise of a civilian transport project. Only a handful of people knew its true capabilities. "Begin test sequence," Russell ordered. The Phoenix moved slowly away from Earth orbit, heading toward the designated testing area. The Imperial ships adjusted their positions slightly to maintain observation distance, their commanders no doubt amused by what they perceived as another futile human effort. On the Imperial flagship, Admiral Voss received an update. "The human vessel has activated its engines and is heading to the asteroid field," Reed reported. "Standard propulsion, nothing remarkable." "How disappointing," Voss said. "I was hoping for at least some novelty." The Phoenix approached a dense asteroid field that had been prepared with target drones. As the ship reached the edge of the field, Russell gave the command they had all been waiting for. "Activate the core." Deep within the Phoenix, the true heart of the ship came to life. What the Empire had dismissed as design flaws were actually integral components of Earth's greatest technological achievement, the quantum displacement drive. On the Imperial vessels, alarms suddenly blared. Energy spiked from the human ship, Reed shouted. "Massive power readings. Impossible," Voss said, rising from his command chair. "Their technology can't." His words were cut short as the Phoenix vanished from their sensors. "Where did it go?" Voss demanded. The answer came seconds later as the Phoenix reappeared inside the asteroid field, moving at incredible speed between rocks that should have made such navigation impossible. "They've achieved some form of teleportation," Reed said, voice trembling. "Nonsense," Voss snapped. "It must be a sensor malfunction." But it wasn't. The Phoenix was shifting in and out of normal space, reappearing in positions that defied conventional movement. The asteroid field drones were destroyed one after another with perfect precision. Russell smiled as his crew executed the test flawlessly. The quantum displacement drive didn't teleport the ship. It shifted it partially out of phase with normal space, allowing the Phoenix to move through solid matter and reappear anywhere within range. "Send the signal," Russell ordered. The demonstration had served its purpose. Now it was time for the real mission. On Earth, military leaders received the confirmation and launched their attack. Not with weapons, but with a transmission broadcast to every corner of the galaxy. The truth about imperial rule, evidence of their atrocities, and a declaration of independence. Admiral Voss watched in horror as the Phoenix suddenly appeared directly in the middle of his fleet. "Target that ship," he screamed. But the Empire's weapons passed harmlessly through the Phoenix as it phased in and out of normal space. Meanwhile, the Phoenix's own weapons, conventional in appearance but devastating in effect, fired with unerring accuracy at the weak points of the Imperial vessels. One by one, the Imperial ships were disabled, not destroyed but rendered helpless. The Phoenix could have annihilated them all, but that wasn't the plan. Earth didn't want to destroy the Empire. They wanted to break its illusion of invincibility. Within minutes, Admiral Voss found himself commanding the only operational vessel in his fleet and the Phoenix hovering directly before his view screen. A transmission came through. Captain Russell's face appeared on the screen. "The age of Imperial dominance is over," Russell said simply. "Earth is declaring independence, as are 12 other worlds. We have ships like the Phoenix deployed throughout Imperial territory. You mocked our prototypes, Admiral. You should have feared them." As news spread across the galaxy of how a single Earth ship had humbled an Imperial fleet, centuries of unquestioned rule began to crumble. The Empire that had laughed at Earth's primitive designs now faced a revolution sparked by the very technology they had dismissed. What looked like weakness had been strength all along. What seemed like desperation had been genius. Earth's apparent technological inferiority had been the perfect cover for developing the one thing the Empire never expected, a way to break the rules they thought were unbreakable. The Phoenix had risen, and the galaxy would never be the same.